Sally Yates was live and lying. Remember, she's former acting attorney general. She was fired by President Trump for refusing to enforce the law. But she lied about why she was fired last night to the American people who were paying attention. So if you didn't see this because it wasn't in that primetime hour, you got to take a listen. Remember, this is the same Sally Yates who's been testifying under oath about her role in unmasking and the potential illegal activities surrounding Mike Flynn.
I served as Deputy Attorney General in the Obama-Biden administration and stayed on as Acting Attorney General for the Trump transition. Then, 10 days in, I was fired for refusing to defend President Trump's shameful and unlawful Muslim travel ban.
Here's what John Roberts, Chief Justice of the United States, said. Under the Immigration and Nationality Act, foreign nationals seeking entry into the United States undergo a vetting process to ensure that they satisfy the numerous requirements for admission. The act also vests the president with authority to restrict the entry of aliens who whenever, so he can restrict aliens whenever he finds that their entry, quote, would be detrimental to the interests of the United States. That, Andy, is from the opinion of John Roberts. So Sally Yates decides that the matter is unconstitutional, right? But, and this is important, the Supreme Court said exactly the opposite. So she wasn't fired because she was not enforcing an unconstitutional order. She was fired for insubordination.
She decided that she knew better than the President of the United States, than the Office of Legal Counsel. So she sends out a memo to all the employees of the Department of Justice, having the temerity to tell them not to enforce and not to abide by the president's travel restrictions from unvetted aliens. Instead of saying, as she should have done, that I resign my position because I cannot in good conscience do thus and so, she violates the order. She is greater and smarter than the Supreme Court of the United States. What she's doing, Jay, is she's really interviewing to be the next Attorney General.
The Trump administration underwent a review of countries to see who would end up in this ban. But while that review was starting, what list did they start with? Who conducted the review of the countries that they started with? It was the Obama administration. The Obama administration that Sally Yates served. So she knew, Jay, that this was a lawful order. She just refused to enforce the law.
You can say you disagree with it. Say you disagree with the Supreme Court. We do that all the time. But to call it unlawful is saying that, the president did something wrong, and the Supreme Court, I guess. John Roberts is breaking the law, in the words of Sally Yates.
What she's doing is making her own decision as to what is right and what is wrong in violation of our separation of powers and our Constitution that says that's not your decision, Deputy Attorney General. That's the decision of the President of the United States, who has been empowered by the Supreme Court.
Listen to her follow-up, too. This is the kind of people Joe Biden wants to surround himself with. Take a listen.
Like me, these officials didn't swear an oath to a person or a party. Public servants promised to defend our Constitution, uphold our laws, and work on behalf of the American people. But from the moment President Trump took office, he's used his position to benefit himself rather than our country. He's trampled the rule of law, trying to weaponize our Justice Department to attack his enemies and protect his friends.
She is an opportunist, and she saw this as an opportunity to possibly ingratiate herself with the administration. And don't put it past her to think that maybe she could stay on as Deputy Attorney General. She changes with whoever has to, be in power at the time.
What I find so offensive about it, frankly, is this idea when she tries to equate an executive order, which the Supreme Court holds to be constitutional, and say it's law-breaking, and then makes these generalized political statements about the president, primarily because she disagrees with the policy decisions that are being made. The ban was not considered unlawful. I mean, it's a completely false statement by Sally Yates.